It's your old mate Daryl with Toby, look. Yep, me and Toby. We're going to do something a little bit different today to what we normally do when we come to the cliff. Normally we come to the cliff, we walk around the cliff, and then up the promenade, round the estate and back down the promenade. Which is all very well and good. I just thought today we'll do something different. So what we're going to do, we are going to walk around the cliff. It is really cold. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go over to Long Meadows campsite. Look at some of the caravans. See how many people are there. I don't think there'll be many. And then we'll go down the cinder track and we will make our way to Hull Road. Somebody's telling me he wants a treat, so just bear with me a few seconds while I get the treats out of my pocket. There they are. So we got the treats in my hand. Put these bags in my pocket, which is easier said than done. Right, young man. Right, he has had his treat. So, we'll have a look at the caravans, then we'll come out, we'll walk down the cinder track. Now that's going to be like Siberia, honestly. It will be as cold as the Russian steppe in January, it will. I'm a glutton for punishment. And then we'll hit Hull Road. We'll walk down there. We'll walk past the industrial estate, the school, so on and so forth, until, and this is the biggie, we get to the lighthouse. So I'm going to try and give you some good shots of that lighthouse. Yours truly will be freezing by the time he gets in. The body will be alright and well wrapped up. The legs are alright. The feet are alright. It's just my fingertips. They get cold. The things I do for my viewers, eh? Hi Jordan, happy Sunday to you too. Because it's cold. Well, I'm alright, Toby's alright, he's got 2 coats on. Here he is. See, he's got coats on, look, he's got that. And underneath he's got another one. So we've got to keep making sure Toby's comfortable, haven't we? Oh. Here we go anyway. I've already walked 4 miles, which I'm happy with. One of our buses. On its way to Hull. Toby. He doesn't like walking through the mud. I can't say I blame him. I don't like walking through it, and I've got hiking boots on. I'm just waiting for a really good day. When I get a really good day, it's going to be off to Hull. Or it might even, I don't know yet. But we're definitely going to have a day out. I'm definitely going to make 2 or 3 videos. Plus, my life. It's just too cold at the moment though. Well, this time last week I was stressing, you might recall. I don't think I came out last Sunday night because I was revising, you know, for me assessment for Coast Watch. So I don't think I actually came out. There he is, a little boss. Hi Edward, how are you today? My fingers are absolutely freezing. My fingertips, my hands are okay, but my fingertips are freezing. We're going to do something a bit different today. No doubt you'll know where we are. We're on the cliff top. We're walking round it. And when we get to the other side, instead of just coming back, what we're going to do is go onto the caravan site at Meadows. We're going to have a walk round it, see what we come up with. When we're walking around that caravan site, we'll see how many people are there. Look, there's some. Toby! Here he comes. Come on, Toby. There he goes, look. Oh my God, yeah. So we've got it really, compared with Canada and the States, we've got it really easy then, haven't we? It's just bitterly cold. Well, like I was saying before, we're going to get onto that caravan site and then we'll go down the cinder track. Toby! Toby! Come on! Where's my Toby? He's off. There he is. Toby, stop! Stop! There he is. Good boy. Do you want a treat? Would you like a treat? Would you like a treat? Well, come on then. If you want a treat, then come on. Come on. I'm just seeing if there's anybody else around with dogs before I... Yeah, there isn't. There's a treat. So we've just had a treat. He's happy enough with that. There's no dangers up here. I do worry a little bit sometimes about the cliff top, but it doesn't really go very far away from me. Just look at that. So we'll go down Hull Road after the caravan site anyway. Off he goes. And We'll see what little industry Withernsea has. We have a bit, nothing much, we have a bit. And then we'll make our way past the lighthouse. Try and get some good shots of it. There he is. Really enjoys it. Toby! There he is. He's enjoying himself. Hi, Joe. When we're walking, it's over around the cliff in Withernsea. Withernsea is on the east coast, about 20 miles east of Hull. I know. Man, it's lovely in summer. The summer we had was absolutely amazing. I'm hoping we get one half as good as last summer. I'll be more than happy with it. We can't complain. Cold winter and warm summer, what's there not to like? Toby! Yeah, Toby! Toby! It'll be alright, mate. No worry, mate, no worry. Thanks a lot, anyhow. That's it with Toby. So the tides in Bridlington yesterday, they were on YouTube. They were really big. Yeah, no, everything's okay, Stephen. A bloke will come in with a dog, and I know the dog. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. And even the owner said that. Swine here weren't going to go back on his lead. So that was the thing, I just had to make sure I got him. But yeah, no, Everything's good. Thanks for asking. Yep, thanks Army, yep. Well, we're going to do something a bit different today, Sammy, rather than just walk around the cliff top and on the prom and round the estate and back on the prom. I thought we'd do it a bit different. We've had us walk on the cliff, or we've nearly finished this walk on the cliff. We're going to go over to the Long Meadows holiday campsite. We'll have a walk around that, we'll see how many people are there, how empty it is, and then we'll walk down the cinder track. We've done it before, and then that'll take us to Hull. We'll go past the industrial estate, the school, and wait for it, the lighthouse. We'll try and get some good views of the lighthouse. I'll take some pictures and I'll put them. We'll use one as an icon for this walk, and then the others will put them on my channel. You know, I'll post them on there for people to see. No, everything's good. Don't worry. Thanks, Arby. I thought that. I just thought you need something different. You guys need something different. I need to do something different. It's really not the weather for us to be going out and doing something, if that makes sense. It's absolutely bitter cold. So I thought that'll give us just something a little bit different to what we normally do. So it should be a bit better. And as soon as we get a few decent days, I intend us having a day out somewhere. It's going to be a walk across a walk round, you know, on the bridge, a walk round Immingham, look at the docks, or even going back to Grimsby to see if it's still as grim as it was last time. We'll see anyway. We'll see. For that, I'll definitely be taking the key. I've now got a bit of a better idea. And I've also worked out how to save stuff onto my laptop from this phone, so I can save it, edit it, and do stuff with it. How far have I walked today, Stephen? Well, this morning I had to go into Hull and get Toby's food, so I've not done as much as I wanted. So far we've done, hang on, I'm just looking now. .12 miles. So it's going to be 8 miles when I get home. Well, that's the plan at any rate. On cold, wet, wintry days like this, I plan between 8 and 12 mile. I like 6 mile in the morning and 6 mile in the evening. But on a day like this, I had to go into Hull. We had 3 pouches of dog food left. 3. And I thought, if I don't go today, I have to go tomorrow. If I don't go tomorrow, I have to go Tuesday. I thought, let's get it over and done with. Tomorrow I'm at Coast Watch. So he'd have his dinner today. To be down to 2. Tomorrow Coast Watch, which leaves me just 1. So I thought, I can't leave it any longer. Normally we get down to about 10 and we get another box. There's 80 pouches in a box. Like chicken, beef, fish, all sorts. But it was 80 anyway. So basically we're going on holiday, apparently in 83 days. So before we go on holiday, I'll just have to get another box. Well, the Northfield Bar and Restaurant. And this is a Long Meadows campsite. It's 10 to 4, the sky's grey, sullen and miserable. See, Long Meadows. It's not a bad camp actually, as far as these things go. Come on. Oh, there they are. Pretty similar to the camp next door. It doesn't look like there's anybody. Yeah, they've got all the barriers down, so it might be locked up until the end of January. No, I don't think it is. Somebody in there. Somebody loading the caravan up, so no, and somebody else coming out. There's quite a few cars. There's more people here really than what I thought there'd be. There's a car over there. I suppose if you have one of these places, it makes sense to use it as much as possible, whenever possible. Hiya, Ben. Yeah, I've noticed that, Edward. How far have I walked today? About 5, just over 5 miles. Kicking Burnham out. I'll tell you what surprised me more than anything, I think, was that Burnham had the audacity to stand. He's Mayor of Manchester right now. I don't know whether he's doing a good job or not. I really can't say. He's a bit like Marmite. Some people love him, others really hate him. So I don't know. Some people think what he's done with Manchester's buses is brilliant. Other people think the service has got worse. So it depends who you talk to. But to stand, and Dave Street could probably answer this better than I can, it ran the risk of electoral, you know, losing the election, plus losing his mayoral position. I mean, he's dubbed the King of the North. He isn't really, but that's what the media dub him as. And he's not only damaged himself, I think he's damaged the mayoralty as well. Because now people know if he gets any opportunity, he's going to try and ditch that job. So why should people trust him? The other thing, of course, is how is this going to affect the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer? You can blame the NEC, but what does this look in the eyes of a lot of people? I would say quite possibly, as far as Denton and Gorton go at that seat, it's Reforms to lose. Hi Jippo Marks, how are you? No, we're not at Chelsea, no. Recovery Life. We're at Withernsea, East Yorkshire. About 20 miles east of Hull on the North Sea coast. So there's lots of cars here, lots of people here. So we've done 5.5 miles. Let's have a look around and we'll see how many more cars there are. See, there's a lot. I don't think I'd want to go if I were coming here for the weekend. I think I'd be rubbing inside. I won't want to be going out, I don't think. Yeah, some of these caravans are quite nice though. I assume that's been taken away. It's a while since we've been on here, isn't it? Oh, we're going to go on that one again, are we, Ben? Have you got nothing else to say, nothing of any interest? You say I'm boring, and fair enough, I probably am. But you want to read some of your own words. Hi Ian, how are you? Well, we've got 13 people with us this evening. Just like to say hello to everybody. We're on the Long Meadows holiday camp at the moment. Just looking at some of the caravans, seeing how many people are here on this freezing cold January day in Withernsea. Well, you know, that, have a look at that. What did Toby do? He weed on it. See you later, Ben. You take care. Look after yourself, mate. Yeah, I've timed you out for 24 hours, Ben. I'm not really bothered, it's just that you don't seem to have anything decent to add. So I think 24 hours, think about whether you want to come back on the site or not. Oh well, these things happen, so don't worry about it anyway. But we'll walk round and then we'll make our way to the cinder track. I think this might be for sale. Let's have a look. See how much she wants for it. 29,950. I think if you're going to buy one of these, you've got to think of it like buying a car. You go into the showrooms, you get your car, and as soon as you drive off the forecourt, you've lost a shed load of money. And it's the same with these. And you've got to be prepared for that, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, if you go into it with your eyes open and you know what you're doing. 18,000. And you get 12-month park fees with it. Another one. This is 56,000. $46,950. So yeah, you know, and if you want to buy a cottage, buy a bungalow here in Withernsea, you're talking $170. I mean, the days of buying a cheap bungalow gone. I think we got the last one 10 years ago at 73,000. I think you're looking at, I don't know, 130, 140. 102 years ago. Don't worry, I will stay warm. It is, even though it's absolutely freezing here, Jippo Marks, but I will stay warm. My hands and my fingers are cold. But other than that, the body's alright. Toby's got 2 coats on to keep him warm, so I know he's alright. I'm just waiting for the weather to get a little bit warmer, because when it does, we can go out, we can have a day out somewhere. Who knows where? Immingham, even Grimsby, who knows? Manchester even. At the moment it's just too cold. Yeah, some of them are nice, and you know, I don't knock them really. I'll tell you what, I was talking to a woman, I think it was last Saturday, no it was later, I think it might have been whenever it was, and she was cleaning out a bungalow and she's thrown away all the summer stuff, and I just said to her, that's what I can tell, summer's gone. You know, just joking like. She said, well, it's not that. She said, I've just sold it, so I'm cleaning out my shed. And she was telling me all the costs. She bought the place 2 years ago, and she wanted to sell it back to them. She'd paid 21,000 and they offered her 1,000, the company. Now, as well as that, the costs, that's for site, standing charges for electric and water, will come into something like £8,000 a year. She'd bought it because she thought her kids would like it, her family would like it, and nobody would be interested. So she decided to sell it. She sold it privately and got a better deal. But the company just offered her 1,000, and that was it. Sad, really. Well, we got 26 people with us. Just like to welcome everybody aboard. If you like the video, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I've got lots of stuff on my site, but you do need to subscribe in order to see it. We've got 639 subscribers at present, so I really would like another one to get up to 640. Today we're on Long Meadows caravan site. What we're going to do now, we're going to make our way across country to Hull Road, which is down there. And when we get there, we'll walk down Hull Road, past our bit of an industrial estate, and Withernsea High School, until we get to the lighthouse. And we'll have a look at the lighthouse, try and get a few decent photos of it. I just thought it'd give us something different and give us a bit of a change. I really want to get out and do some other things, you know, and show you some more bits and pieces, but I can't do it. You know, with the weather, it's just not right. Right, so now we're going to make our way. That's what I call the cinder track. And this will take us. Come on. You know, and this will actually take us to where we're going to go now. You know, to Hull Road. Here we are. We're just going to go straight down here. It's nice enough walk. You do this a lot in the summer. I don't think I've been on here for ages. Hi Bobby, how are you today? Hi Trevor. It is. It can be a good thing. It depends on what you want to do with them. I mean, put it this way. If you say you've got a couple of adult kids and they've got families, and the three of you all chip in together, so you work things out. So everything is like a third. So you're going to pay, let's say £45,000 for one. Now that's £15,000 each. £6,000 site fees. That's £2,000 a year each. It's not a killer. And then your gas, your electric, your water, whatever. And you're just going to split it 3 ways or 4 ways. And you're going to work out when when you're going to stay. Those with kids can only stay really during school holidays, so you're going to work that out. And then, the older ones go other times. Negotiate between yourselves weekends. You can have something really good, really. I was only going to give you £1,000 back after you've had it for say 7 or 8 years. We don't care, do you? We can have it back because you'll have had your money's worth. But like if you're going to pay out money, like that woman, she paid out 20,000 for hers, and be after 1,000, and she'd only had it 2 years. So it wasn't a new caravan when she got it, but even so, it depreciated by 95% in 2 years. You've got to know what it is you're going for and why you're doing it. Me and the Duchess played with the idea of getting a chalet on Golden Sands. It cost us about 15,000, and I think the ground rent then was 5,000, which included water, and you paid your own electricity. So gas and things like that. And we thought about it. We thought if the kids come over, our bungalow's only small, it might be a good thing to do. And then we thought, how often are we likely to come? So we're paying out a fortune, well we would have been paying out a fortune, we're stuck with it. If you come over, collectively, Ruben and Sam, 4 times a year, well no, it's a bit more, but we'll say about between them, about 7 or 8 times a year, then that is a lot. So we would not have worked for us to do it. Hi Jack, how are you today? Hi Bobby. Well, you just missed the fun, Jack. Had a look. Meadows mobile home campsite, and we were just talking about the costs involved. You missed that. I know you're interested in those things. We are going to take a walk past Withernsea Lighthouse. Well, we've done 6.3 miles today. Well, Dave, I think Denton and Gorton election is yours to lose. That sounds good. This isn't quite as salubrious as this day. It's alright. It's nice actually. I wouldn't want it for me. But I could think, you know, I might be okay. Like, having one as a holiday if my two lads were willing to share at all the costs and they were going to use it as well. But then you get holidays which are pretty cheap and worth having. Listen to the birds. Well, the good thing is 1,000 calories. Well, this is Hull Road, folk. If you go that way, takes you to Hull. This way brings you out in Withernsea. So just look at some of the properties on here. We'll get down eventually to the lifeboat. The lighthouse. Prior Hold. Nice house. Some nice properties here. This was for sale, I think 12 months ago. We're now almost in Withernsea. Well, what you see in front of you now is our industrial estate. Not brilliant, but it does provide some jobs. Because there's not that many jobs here in Withernsea. There you go, we're almost in With. There you go. Stay up here, stay with me, Toby. That leads to a farm. But I think on that land they're going to be building some more houses. Well, at some point we might take a look at Paddington Haven. Now it's interesting, that place. It used to be an old Cold War RAF station. It's now a holiday camp, but some of the features remain from its RAF days. Outside the camp you've still got the officers' accommodation and married quarters. Well, here we are. This is our industrial estate that provides loads and loads of jobs, he says. And if you want to go and get your washing done, if you even have a laundrette, you can stand here and do it. They're pretty good DW autos. I've had my car done a few times by them. So a tip. Oh, rubbish. So, it's about as good as it gets, with MKM just at the bottom, for a bit like B&Q. Builders merchants, though, more like builders merchants. And this is it, our industrial estate. Over there, that's Withernsea High School. We'll now make our way back and we'll go on the main road again. We'll go and see the lighthouse and where Kendall lived as a child. You may remember, you may know of her. She was in the film Genevieve. I think she died round about 1960, 61, but she was only young. My auntie loved that film. She really did. Jenna just changing hands. Yeah, the film Genevieve with Kay Kendall. She loved that film. Yeah, if you're at her house, well, you couldn't open your mouth. I think she knew every word what was spoken. Howdens. For those who don't know, we do kitchens and things like that. All this across here, I think they're going to be building houses there. So the town's really going to expand. A lot of locals won't be very happy. Southland's fine. The town needs to attract new blood. So we can't quite see the lighthouse yet. We're about a 5-6 minute walk from it. Another thing I might be doing when it gets warmer weather, we'll revisit Goole. And we'll walk up from Goole to Booth Ferry Bridge or something, I think. That'd be a good one. Along the River Don. I can't pronounce the word, it's a Dutch word. Something Mundum, I can't pronounce it. River. It kind of straightened out the River Don and turned it into a canal, giving a link between the Cauldron Air Navigation and Goole itself. You can just about see it now, centre of the picture. Oh God, shocking. Yeah. No, it is green grass over here. Average price probably for a house, single 3-bedroom, well for a simple 3-bed semi. For a semi, I think you're probably talking about 180. For a terraced house, 110, 120, something like that. Depends whereabouts. I'll tell you what we will do if you want. We'll take a walk past the estate agents. How does that sound on the way home? We'll have a look at the lighthouse first, and then we'll have a quick look at the estate agent. I'll give you a bit of an idea. But for, you know, common garden, 3-bedroom house, I'd say you'll get something nice for about 170,000, you know, for a semi. And for a terrace house, I'd say, I don't know, 110. Come on. You can get cheaper than that. It all depends on condition and where it is. One of these, I'd say 170, 180, which is cheap. If you were to go to where we used to live in Elland, I think you'd be talking about 250. $300 probably. My son bought his house in 2022, I think. He's had an extension, and he paid 190,000 for it. He's had an extension put on it, and he's now it's worth about 270. So to get a house here for 170, 180, something similar to what my son has, you know, a decent quality 1950s semi. Hello folk. Well, to give you another idea, another perspective, our bungalow, we bought it in 2016, and it was 9-year-old, and it cost us £73,000. Not sure what it'll be worth now, but I think round about 120. I wouldn't be far wrong at that. Not that I intend selling anytime soon. Ah, here it is. Now that is a blue plaque for Kay Kendall, the actress. Lived here from 1927 to 1959. That's the one I was telling you about. She starred in Genevieve. Down there is Withernsea High School. I should have pointed it out. Never mind. Always be another time. One of our many churches, St. Matthew's, and right in front you've got it. That's the one, the lighthouse, St. Matthew's Church. Here we are, there's your lighthouse. It's no longer in operation, it's a museum. How's that? Withernsea Lighthouse Museum, you can see. Local history, lifeboat, coast guard and Kendall memorabilia. Open April to October. Climb to the top. I've done it. It's an absolute killer. At the back, you've got the cottages, the Trinity House cottages. There we are. So what I'm going to do is take a picture with the other phone, because we'll use this, I think, as our icon for this walk. And we'll take a few more pictures as well. We've done it. Right, we've got come on, Toby. I've got a picture, but I'm not happy with it, so I want to get myself another one. Toby. Yeah, so I don't want Toby running off and going under a car or anything like that, so I have to be a little bit careful. Right, this is going to be a bit better. Right, so I've got a couple of pictures and I'll decide which one I'm going to use later. Whew. Now, we'll take a walk up to the estate agents, which is about 5 minutes away, and we will have a look just at house prices. For anybody who's really interested, just go onto the Rightmove website, type in Withernsea, and there'll be loads. Well, we've done 7.44 miles. We might just touch the 8. But right now we're going to make our way, have a look at the estate agent. No, Bobby. Well, I'm glad you like it, Sammy. The goodies, that's going back some years. Yeah, but that's when you lived in England back in the 70s, so yeah. I didn't really watch the goodies though, to be honest, Jack. I watched Monty Python's. I was never that struck on them, Bill Oddie. He actually came from, I think it was Nelson in Lancashire, and my wife is born in Burnley. Now, that's about 4 or 5 miles from Nelson, something like that. Now, this gets even better. The family, Bill Oddie's family, had a bakery and quite a few pie and cake shops. you know, around the Burnley area. So a lot of people around there knew them. My wife didn't have much time for them. But then again, the old Duchess hasn't got much time for me, for anybody, not even me at times. So and that's what Duchesses are like. Right, we'll cross over. And what we're going to do now is make our way to the estate agents. We've only got one here now. We used to have a few. But now we're down to one. Come on, Tobes. You know where you are. You're on Queen Street now. Timbrook, yeah, Timbrook, that was another one, yeah. There were three of them, weren't there? Come on, Tobes. This is our Indian restaurant. A lot of people like it. They say it's good. It's nice in there, and myself, I'm not keen on it. It's not my sort of cook. They don't make my type of curry. Well, there we go, our new heron store. Right, here's the estate agent. I don't know how much we're going to see, but we'll have a look. We'll see what we can do. If you want 180,000 there for that house on the promenade. Now, you know Oak Avenue, where we go on that estate after walking on the prom. If you want 170 for that, that's two bedrooms. That's 3 bedrooms, and that's on the promenade. Now you get one here for 150, but it's on the council estate. On Waxholm Road, not far from the cliff, 130. See the promenade, you know, you've seen that house before, and they want 190 for it. A former council house, and we're asking 90. On Queen Street, further down here, 165. And that's 4 bedrooms. Bannister Street, again 4 bedrooms. So yeah, you can pick up a reasonable priced house still in Withernsea. I'd still stick to that opinion. For a standard 3-bed semi, you're looking at between 170 and 180. Well, There is and there isn't, because the stuff you've looked at, some are in Withernsea, but some are also in neighbouring villages like Paddington and Roos. So you can look at it, yeah, there's a lot, but when you look at the area that it covers, it's quite a big area as well, and we're down to one estate agent. And some of the houses on there are really expensive. I can't, you know, it's too dark to really show you that much. Kiddie-wink running. Well, we'd all done plenty of that when we were young. All right. I'm with you now. Yeah, I don't remember it, to be honest, but I'll have a look on YouTube. Goodies and lighthouse keeping. I'll have a look at that. It'll be on YouTube somewhere, I should imagine. So that's your lighthouse. So what have we done today then? We walked around the cliff. We had a walk through Long Meadows Mobile Home Park. We came down the cinder track onto Hull Road. From there, we walked down, we went past the industrial estate, carried on down Hull Road, saw the lighthouse, went to an estate agent, and now we're here. And there's your lighthouse, poking its head over the houses. So I live just at the back of it, really. Yeah, I've done 7.7 miles, 7.8 miles. Yeah, thanks for that, Stephen. Yep, you certainly will see us soon. Toby just wants to say good night to everyone. Yeah. And from me, just want to thank everybody for your company tonight. I've really enjoyed tonight's walk. It has been a change, a really good change, hasn't it? And you have a lovely evening too, Sammy. You do too. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a nice evening.